All good. Oh, thank you, Simon. Excellent. Working. What sort of delay we've got in there? Had one error. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. It's done that before. Maybe I need to update the streaming software or something. All right, I'm just going to, bear with me a minute. I'm just going to click this, put this over here. I've got that many things on my screen this evening. And if I'd done that, are we all still there? Let's just make sure we are. Hopefully we're good. Peter says, I can see you. Excellent. That sounds promising. Just move this over here. Need a bigger screen for all this. Right, well, hopefully we're working. Let me just click on somewhere over here. There we go. Marvellous. Right. So I spent all day trying to sort out some photographs and things Peter sent us and some other bits and bobs. And the raffle thing and some other website stuff I've been doing in the background. And yeah, all sorts of stuff. Evenings, let's see who we've got. Simon, David, Peter, Paul, and David again. Excellent, marvellous. So first things, draw. Somewhere here, look, I've got a little thing about the draw. Here we go. If I click that one, there we are, look, marvellous. Just click that so I can see what I'm doing on my end. So here we go, some bottles of scotch as it's Hogmanay, New Year and all that. Big to little. So there's 4 prizes there, a bottle of whiskey and a couple of months membership of the website, times 4. If you're in the UK, I'll send bottles of scotch out. If you're overseas, then it's not viable to send stuff overseas, I'm afraid, so I'll give you 4 months instead of 2 months membership on the website. So I hope that makes sense. So what I've got here is a little chart somewhere. Here we go. So I'll put people's names in here, and then come midnight we'll do a random number thingy, and we will draw the winners that way. I know nobody likes being number 1, but what I'm going to do is I'll rearrange this list when we get a list of people into numerical order, and then we'll take some random numbers from here, from random.org website. So we just put in like number 1 to it. If we have, I don't know, 30 people, let's say, enter, you press the button and it comes up, boom, there we are, 16, and so on and so on and so on for the 4 prizes. So that's how we'll draw it. We'll do that just after midnight. If I've connected everything up right, we might be able to get some live bongs. Although how low they'll be, I don't know. I think we might be about a minute behind, because by the time the feeds come into my computer, processed, sent up to YouTube, YouTube has processed it, sent it down to your computer, phone, whatever you're watching on, and spat it out again your end. It might be about a minute past the bongs, I reckon, for all that processing between, but never mind. It's the thought that counts, isn't it? And we've thought about it. So that's the main thing. Shall I just move the camera slightly that way? There we go, that's a bit better. Something like that. So that's that. Where are we? So let me go back over to here a minute. I've got that many different things to click on. We'll see how many mistakes I've managed to make through the night. A lot, I suspect. But never mind. So what I'm going to do on my little chart here, bring my little thing back up again, is right, so anybody who wants to enter the old draw here, just put in the comments, enter draw. It's that simple. If you can't figure out why you can't comment, it's probably because you are not subscribed to the channel. So under here somewhere there should be a little subscribe link, and then when you subscribe you should be able to type things in the comments. It just stops people spamming all sorts of junk about buying Viagra or God knows what else. So that's why we do it like that. So there we are. So if you want to enter, just put enter draw. I think can I do a fixed post here? I think I can somehow. Let me try and do this. Let me just put this in here. enter the free prize. Oops. Draw. Simply comment. Enter draw. Here. If I post that, then I think I can fix this comment to the top, message pinned, so that should stay there for people to see when they log in. Marvellous. So you don't have to stay here all night to wait for it. We'll draw it after midnight, and then you know, if you're going off down the pub or whatever, you can obviously tune back in after midnight or tomorrow or whatever and see if you've won or not. Simple. Sounds simple. So there we are. So I'll try and keep an eye on it and make sure I get everybody in. And evening, Kevin. Put you on the list, and then if you think I've missed you, I'll show the list every now and again. You can just check if your name's on it or not, just in case I miss anybody. Fingers crossed I won't. Right, so that's that. So I have sorted out all the prices somewhere, which I know people like, which I'll run through in a minute. A few stats. So let me just do that. Simon Ackley, and right, now can I copy your name off here? I think I probably can, can't I? If I can do this, do that, and do that, and do that, and let me just see. Yeah, look at that, excellent. Now can I make this text big enough so we can all see it? Let me just play around here. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? Excellent. Put you in there like that. I have to adjust the type every now and again because for some reason it doesn't keep the type very big. I don't know why. Marvellous. There we are, look. Might as well try your luck, absolutely. You never know. Got to be in it to win it, as they say. Let me just make that bigger again. I wonder why these... Well, it doesn't default. Anyway, keep an eye on that. And if I miss anybody, I'll try and catch up later. Paul in there like that. Yeah, so I was going through the prices. Let me find my little... I did an interesting chart, which I'll show you in a bit, of how prices have changed over since 2011, so 10-year period basically. Now this basically is only on machines because principally that's what all of us here are going to be into so much. Hopefully next year, once we've sold a lot more fairground stuff and signs and everything else, I can do it for more different categories as well. And then it should make some really interesting data after a while. So yeah, so basically, so since May when we started this up, just check in from the pub, can't join in as I'm too busy drinking. Well, that's all right. I'll put you in the draw, even though you're in the pub. There you go. Let me pop you in there. Yeah, so since May, so half a year essentially. So this last year we sold on the Colcon website 148 machines for just under £100,000, £98,930. And that averaged out in very raw average terms, £668.45 per machine. That figure's quite interesting, as you'll see a bit later on. Comparing to previous years, so the last full year really we did auctions was 2019. We did 447 machines that year. 2018 and 17 was a bit odd because we stopped for a while we worked on the elephant house, redoing the roof, and I nearly chopped my hand off and all the rest of it. The kind of whole year previous to that was 2016. We sold 677 machines that year. 535 the year before, 526 the year before that, 234 back in 2013, and so on. So So this year for the new website, 148 machines for half a year is not bad actually. It's not as many as we were selling back in the good old days of the auctions, of course, but it's you know, comparable. It's not bad at all. Hopefully this year 2022 we'll sell a lot more. So that was quite interesting. I thought I'm just going to pop up the prices. So this is all the machines we've sold. Hopefully these run for a bit quicker than usual if I've clicked the right buttons. So if anybody spots anything interesting there, give us a shout. Then I'll show you a little graph of what the prices have done over this past 10 years. I think you'll find it quite interesting. So I'll just let these run through while I check I've got everybody on my little draw page here. Kevin, I've got you on. Yeah, Paul, got you on. Rocco, Gary, I've got you on there as well. So I'm just going to make these type a bit bigger so we can all see. There we go. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think there were a few in amongst what we sold. There was a few other machines that seemed a bit cheap at the time. And a few surprises, perhaps made a little bit more than people thought. Don't know really, but that's always the way, isn't it? Some makes more, some makes less. Other stuff we sold, well, this is just trickling through. The thing we sold most of on the new website was actually spare parts. Sold 157 spare parts. £3,180 worth. So that's an average price of £20, 25p for a slot machine spare. Not bad, is it? And sold 33 lots of coins, 22 books, and some signs and stands and bits and bobs. So yeah, really the only sensible comparison I can do at the moment is machines to machines. But say hopefully this coming year, in the next few weeks, get these other sections up and running. We'll have a lot more data to play with next year, and it should be really interesting. So just let these run through. Evening, David. Pop you on the list as well. Oops, copy, paste. There you go. Wish always type would stay the same size. I don't know why it doesn't want to. Never mind. We'll worry about that later on. Yeah, Laron, that was an interesting machine. I just found another picture of one of those. I knew I'd sold one years ago. I just frantically scrapping through pictures today, trying to find some interesting bits to show you. There's quite a few, 30 or 40 different pictures of things people have sent in. We'll have a look at some in a bit. You'll notice as well, as always, prices flip by. Not many prices are an even £300, £400, £800, whatever. It was all the odd bids that ended up buying things. So yeah, if you're looking for a strategy to buy stuff in the coming year, then those odd few pounds seems to be what does it. Evening, Mr. Tree Frog. I thought you'd be out blowing stuff up by now. I shall put you in the drawer. There we go. Oops, there we are. Or are you blowing stuff up on your phone? I am. Oh, excellent. That's what I like to hear. I sometimes miss it. I used to do fireworks years ago, and New Year's Eve was good. Just nice big displays. It was always a chaotic couple of days getting all the stuff out, and then yeah, midnight firings, miles away usually. This is when I was based up in Colwyn Bounded Carnarvon Castle, I think, one New Year's. So that was like, I don't know, can't remember what it was, hour and a half or more away. So by the time we fired the show, tied it up, put all the racks back in the van and everything, driven back to base, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Cold, wet, tired, and yeah. Don't actually get to see much of a show when you're firing it either. But it was kind of fun. Where are these prices been ran? Did I miss the end? They still look like they've got low again. Did we get to the top? I think we might have done. I'm not paying attention. I think they did, didn't they? Must have done. 160s again. Let me find my little chart I was going to show you, because I think this will be of interest to you. Chart, here we go. So yeah, so the blue bars represent the amount of machines we sold in each of these years. Obviously this was done in 2020. So 2017, 2018, where it kind of dipped was because toward the end of 2017 we stopped, and that's when we took the roof off the elephant house and did a whole lot of work into 2018, which was delayed for me chopping my hand off nearly. But the red line is the average price. I mean, it's a raw average. It's just literally the total of value of all the machines we sold divided by how many we sold, which is, you know, a really valuable machine. Obviously can kind of skew the results a bit, but because we're selling hundreds of machines, I think it's, you know, pretty fair to do it that way, really. But you see the prices going up and up and up and up. Interestingly, the jump now from 2019 to 2021. So 2019 was proper auctions over at the Elephant House. We sold, what, 450 machines or thereabouts. And then this last year, sort of the 150 machines or thereabouts were sold via the website. And you see the price has gone up. So the average in 2019 was £558.36. To be fair, I suppose you can add 10% buyer's premium onto that. Most of the sales had 10% buyer's premium. Some were a bit less sometimes. Sometimes we did specials. Occasionally we did buyers free, no buyer's premium, because we did a deal with the seller or whatever. But by and large, but even if you add on 558, you know, if you add on 10% to the 2019 figure, which gets you to sort of £600 in round numbers, average price, we're still up this year to 668. So still up yet another more than 10% again. So it's interesting how that line's gone over the years. And I can go back, when I get round to it, 20 years back the other way as well, back to sort of 1990 when I first started doing auctions. Now all that data is unfortunately on paper. It's not all on computer, so it's not easy to get. I've literally got to go through the auction catalogues. I've got them all, and all the old auction sheets, and sit there and type everything in. So it's going to take a long time to do that. It's one of those jobs that would be interesting, and it'd be interesting to see how this graph goes backwards the other way. But there's probably more important things to do, really. But I will do it eventually. It's just one of those things I need to knuckle down and do sometime when I've got all the other jobs done. But yeah, interesting chart, I think. Let me just put a few more people on the draw here. Miss the old Elephant House. Will they ever be back? Who knows? I mean, Boris can't make up his mind up 1 minute to the next what he's doing, can he? This is a problem. And it's difficult to plan when you just don't know what's going on from week to week. You know, I know so many people in business that have got caught out spending lots of money trying to be COVID safe, and then they all close down again, and so on and so on. Seems at the minute, I don't think you dare close everything down again. I think he's in enough shit as it is, really, isn't he? So we can but hope for a slightly more normal 2022. We'll see what happens. But yeah, whether we'll get back to doing proper auctions, I don't know. As I said, I'd never say no. I'd like to, but it's going to take a lot of doing again. Not least of all finding an auctioneer, of course. And this kind of slightly more relaxed way of doing things, actually a lot of people are getting to kind of like, because you can spend a bit more time. The benefit as a seller and as a buyer really is I have more time to make nice videos of machines and the more expensive stuff, and I'll do it with some of the fairground stuff as well once we start selling that, the stuff that warrants it, and make sure everything is photographed and better described and everything else. You know, I mean, even down to simple things like the slot machine spares, whereas often I didn't have time in the old days to photograph them all. So they're often just listed on the website as spring or bracket or something. Now at least we've got time to properly photograph them. If you're looking for a bit, you know what it is. So there's a lot of benefits for the way we're doing it now, I think, for both buyer and seller. I know everybody misses the get-togethers, but we're working on that as well. You know, we did that social up in Yarmouth at Peter's, and hopefully next year we'll do a few more. We were toying last night, for those of you who are tuned in, of doing some, let me just put the draw thing up again for a minute. Actually, I'll put this one up, then you can see your names on there, just in case I've missed anyone's name off. Hope you can see that. Make that a bit bigger. If I make it 20 point, that's better, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Oops. Now what have I done? Hang on a minute. There we go. That's it. Right. So many screens on the job. Let me just save that before I lose anybody off it. There. What was I saying? Yes. Can't remember what I was saying. Yes, socials, events and things. About doing some kind of get together somewhere in the Midlands, and a sort of a bring and play day or something, i.e. bring along a machine out of your collection, perhaps something a bit more unusual people don't see very often, or a nice sign, or a bit of fairground art, Gallopher horse, bit of carving or something, all the kind of gear we're interested in. And if we all got together somewhere, various suggestions like a village hall or a pub or a hotel function room or something, somewhere where you can get a drink would be nice, wouldn't it? A drink and a bite to eat. Somewhere with a car park, ground floor, easy to get into. And it could be quite a nice day, really. Get everyone together, have a good old chin wag. No doubt there'll be a few bits and bobs to buy and sell. So I'll look into that a bit more. When I'm over sort of Leamington next and I've got a bit more time, I'll have a look around some places, see if we can find a suitable venue, and try and get it organised, see if anybody would like to come to it. I think it'd be quite good. And but then we'd also intend to do more things like we did up at Peter's, at some other venues, be they collections, museums, whatever. So yeah, a few things in the pipeline, and hopefully that will result in a few more get-togethers for next year. Yeah, so I was going to show you some of the stuff people have been sending in. Let me see. I had to rummage through some of mine. Well, this was an interesting one of Paul's. Oh yeah, Paul Mitchell gave me this fly the other day. The Crompton's Wheelowin. As far as we know, don't think there's any surviving. But the little flag on the top of the Wheelowin, there is one of those surviving because I've got it in my shed somewhere. I can't remember ever seeing one of those on site anywhere, but big old thing, the whole playfield turned round. Yeah, so the whole kind of centre things, these sweeping arms, and knocked coins down into holes in the playfield. So yeah, interesting thing. But just again, I think one of those machines that's so big that it just went out of, you know, when it went out of fashion, as it were, it just got thrown away. Shame really, because it looked like quite a good game. But if anybody knows where there is one, I'm sure we'd all like to see it. Paul would like to buy it. And if it's missing a flag, I've got one to stick on the top. Kevin says, how about Wookie Hole for a get-together? Yeah, quite possibly. I was going to be going down there next week for Jerry's memorial service, but that's now not going ahead this year. I think it's going to be next year instead. Or year after now, you know what I mean. Yeah, that would be a good spot for down West Country Way, and a great place to go and visit anyway. Folly Farm's another obvious one for down, but there's, you know, down near Tenby, so it's a long way from anybody unless you're in Wales or sort of Bristol way or something. It's a couple of hours. But again, it's such a great place. There's so much nice stuff there to look at. Again, I know them, so I'm sure we could do something there. So it's something I'll look at in the new year. Dingles, yes, I've never been to Dingles, I'm ashamed to say. Again, it's another one of these, it's a long way away from most people. Which I think is going to be the case with a lot of these places. Really, there aren't that many places when you kind of start to think about it, actually kind of in the middle of the country. A lot of them are, you know, like obviously Peter's Arcades is stuck out on the east. Wookie Hole and Dingles down south west. You've got Thingamajiggles Arcades up north. Thingamajiggle was a good start to the evening, isn't it? Good brief. Come to you in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's going to be a case of we'll try a few, and hopefully people will travel. You know, perhaps people can get together if you know people in roughly the same area as you, do a bit of car sharing or whatever. Because at the end of the day, if you want to go and see nice stuff, you're going to have to travel to go and see it. Say I need to go to Dingles myself because I've never been. So it's one on my list as well. So yes, that's a good, going to be a good spot for one, I think. What was I just saying? Yeah, the Wheeler Win. So that was one that Paul gave me. What else do we find? David Lott sent some pictures in. So look at some of his. Some interesting bits and bobs. Oops. Click the right button on here. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. A bit of fairground art. Nice arc horse there. I'm sure there's a bit more of a delay more than I usually have tonight on here. Don't know what I can do about that. I've got about a 10-second, 15-second delay. So I'll try and bear that in mind if I ask to win anything. And also bear in mind if you're commenting, I think you're about probably 20 seconds your end behind me. I don't know why YouTube done that, but there we are. Anyway, these are some pictures from David Lott sent in of some of his bits in his collection. So thanks for that. Let me just find the right button so I can click them on. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Greyhound Racer, that's rather nice. Now, where have I seen that? Somewhere. Looks like Carter's handwriting on it. I can't remember where I've seen that. Carter's probably. Yeah. Metal cabinet one. A bit more unusual. Roller penny boards. These are nice. These I've sold some of those over the years. The cast kind of Art Deco penny roller shoot things. I've got some wooden ones. I haven't got any of the cast ones. But yeah, it was quite a good fun game. And of course, probably from what the machines, you know, the roller penny machines came from, where the idea came from. This is what I like. It's a nice full games room, lots of machines. Some of these I recognise that I've sold over the years. Some of them, yeah, quite a few of them actually. I think I've probably sold them over the years. It's always good when you see that and you recognise stuff. And, oh yeah, I remember selling this one and that one. Yeah. Not sure about the person on top of the dropper cover with the top hat on, what that's all about. And what else have we got? Another row. The Easy Push. Seems to be about the most wanted machine in the country. A seesaw. I've operated some of those when I had my arcades. They took really good money. Yeah. I think it's just that greed thing. You get a pennies tumbling down. That's what people like, isn't it? What else have we got? Adam's lamp pusher. Brian's ant viewer. I haven't seen one of those for ages. Interesting working model. Not sure what it is. Perhaps David will tell us what it is. But, yes. What else here? A steerable. Another great operating piece, as anybody who will have had a penny arcade will, I'm sure, attest to. They just take money all day long. Great things to operate. Over the Falls, that's one of Pete Barson's ones. The small wins there look a bit sad, those ones on the floor there, obviously waiting to be restored. I'm guessing one's going to go in this empty cabinet. Nice little countertop shooter. Oh, the duck, the one with the duck on, the ABT one. Yeah, what's it called, that one? Let's find it. ABT shooters. Oh, is it not an ABT? I thought it was. Is it the we'll come to in a minute. Shooting games. Well, I've got that one on here, perhaps I haven't. Oh yeah, that one, the Silver King, Shoot the Duck. This one, so go back to here for a minute. Yeah, that one there. It probably was that one, was it? Did we sell it to him? Probably did. With a cast duck on the top. Yeah, nice thing. Where's the pictures gone? Hang on a minute. On the right button. There we go. Pictures, nice collection there. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a nice variety. That's always nice to see. I say the old the Pete Barson thing there was let me just see. Check the right page. Come on, website. Wake up. There we go. All machines. Well, that'd be a coin drop type. I've got a picture of it on here. Over the Falls BM. Over the Falls Pete Barson. There we are. Again, it may well be that actual machine, probably. Or no, I don't think it is. It's one like it. just get the picture up again. I think it is actually. Look at the grain on the door there, look between the payout cup and the handle. Yeah. Get a bigger picture of it up. Yeah, made a very nice job of these. There's not many originals around. I've got one, I've still got 1.5 originals. Is there a picture? There might be a picture of mine on here actually. Coin drop type. Yeah, this one. So it's the original one. It's one in my collection. Climb the Alps are all based on it, and then the Over the Falls. I think I've got 3 of them. I can't remember. I think I've got 2 falls in the Alps, or 2 Alps and a fall. One of them is quite rough. But, interesting machines. The cricket's one I'd like to get. This one, I haven't got one of these. It's another one. This is another one, repro that Pete had a copy of an original one. Original, at least one original around somewhere. I've sold it one over the years, a long time ago. Don't know why I didn't buy it at the time, but there we go. Perhaps I was feeling a bit poor at the time. What else have we got? The viewers, the nostalgic ones. Copy of the Arons. The shooter. Now this is nice. Now it's got this nice side brackets, side graphics on. Evening, Stevie, and to draw. Let me just pop you in the drawer. Do that now while we speak. Anybody else I've missed off? Don't think so. I think we're up to date. I'll show you the list in a minute. And if you think I've missed you off, oops, you can give me a shout. Yeah, the shooter, that's the one we sold a little while ago. Let me just find it on the website. US Marshals, that one, isn't it? There we go, I'll show you that in a minute. David says the harlot, it's 3 in the bed going up and down in bed. Sign says next door opens. Vicar stands up. Just his dog collar on. That sounds good. We like the sound of that. I'll have to get a video of that sometime. Let's go back to the little working model. Where are we? This one here in the corner there. Oh yeah, I can kind of see the bed in it now. I can't easily zoom into these pictures, but I'll have to when I'm down that way, perhaps try and get a video of that. It sounds quite fun. 3 in a bed going up and down. The sign says next door opens. Vicar stands up with just his dog collar on. Excellent. Sounds quite amusing. Good one to operate at the church fete, perhaps. Cause a bit of a stir, I'm sure. Yeah, I was going to show you, let me go back to here again. The shooter we sold a little while ago. And how it looks now. So when we sold it, it was just plain. It had been kind of restored and repainted, but had no graphics on the cabinet. And Now look, Dave's put some graphics on it. It looks rather nice. Yeah, good job with that one. Let's see what else was that. Any click on here? Any more pictures? Oh, there we are. A good side view of it. Yeah, slight delay is a little bit annoying. We've got tonight. I don't know what I can do about it, to be honest. I think if I try and fiddle with anything, it's all going to go horribly wrong. So we just have to put up with a slight delay. I think it's about 20 seconds or so. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? So just beware if you type something in the comments. It might be 20 seconds or so before I get to see it. So sorry about that. Not much I can do about it. We'll bear up. We're here all night. It doesn't matter, does it? Kevin says the graphics look very smart. They do indeed, don't they? Yeah. It was quite a nice machine, that. Go back to the website here. It's just got this nice back in it with a little cast. It's all in cast metal. The Silver Dollar Saloon. And as you play it, as you shoot one target, someone pops out in a different window, if I remember rightly. And then you score, and your rating also changes as you play it. It's quite a complex little thing, kind of complex but simple. Interesting game. But they make quite a few different ones, those ABT shooters. Yeah, Coca-Cola Feeling one, Challenger one, Junior Sheriff, and the Space Shot. That was a really nice one. We sold that one a couple of times. It's very, very rare, the Space Shot one. Very funky with spaceships in the background. And yeah, really funky graphics on the cabinet again. I don't know how many different ones they made all together. We've sold quite a few different ones, so I guess there's probably quite a few more. Big Top was a circus theme one. Oh yeah, with the vendor on the top. I remember that one. And the elephant on it. I should have bought it, shouldn't I, really? But yeah, I can't remember if it played a gum every time or if only gum for a win. Yes, it says Venza Gumball for a win. 2015, and we sold that one, £520. Interesting things. Peter says, yeah, the graphics are in great improvement on the plain cabinet. Yeah, if you look at all the other ones, they all have graphics on them. Different. This is quite a good one, the Sheriff one. With the legs like, it's all cut out of the cabinet, look, legs like a pair of pistols. Delightfully on PC these days, of course, which is what we like. More on PC, the better. But yeah, anybody collects shooters, you could have quite a variety of them, I think. Love the space. Yeah, the Spaceship was a great machine. Yeah. Above the Harlot, the biggest spaghetti hoops tin ever. Did we miss that? Let's go back over here. Click back to the pictures. Oh yes. Top of the working model in the corner there. You can't see where, I don't think you can see where I'm pointing the arrow, can you? The top left corner of the picture. Giant tin of spaghetti hoops. A few years since I've had any of those. Yeah, so were there any more different pictures from, we did saw the shooter. Oh yes, and the animated butler. I think we sold in one of the. Didn't we sell in one of the horror sales? I think. Which will be getting up and running again soon. There's some quite good stuff in. So sometime in the next few weeks, hopefully, I'll get that sorted out. I'm going to have here at home the Hall of Horrors. So in the hall, it lends itself to it. It's got kind of red painted walls and lots of oak beams and things. So kind of gothic-y stuff and taxidermy and some stuff in the house has got to go anyway, taxidermy wise. And all that kind of gear. We'll crank up the old Auction of Horrors again and see how that one does. See if we can find the people again. That was always good fun. I always liked that one. Never made much money out of it, but it was good fun to do. Nice bunch of people. Scary things, the animated butlers. Yeah, they're good fun, aren't they? Could do getting money in for the new Auction of Horrors thing, couldn't I? Greet people when they come round to have a look at stuff. That'd be quite good fun. What else? Oh, we are back to the front. Fairground stuff again, yeah. Which again is stuff that will be coming up very shortly. There's a big heap of it in the yard. So I'm just going to try and clear out one of the sheds to just kind of put all the fairground stuff in. And yeah, we've got all sorts of that. There's some sort of practical stuff, game stuff, mulch-own games and things, and ball in the bucket thing. There's some nice little signs, all the usual sort of stuff really, some bigger panels. A fantastic pay box, absolutely gorgeous. Hoopla bits. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I'll show you somewhere I found a picture of my, let me just put this thing up back up a minute. Where did I put that? Don't know. I had a picture somewhere of hoopla things. I'll show you in a minute when I can find it. Kevin said, stayed in the Gothic B&B in Whitby. Do you know, I've never been to Whitby. Another one of those places on my list of jobs to go. Always keep me to go up to the Gothic Weekender thing. But I've yet to get there, unfortunately. The great grandkids like the butler. I'm sure they do, yeah. Yep, I like animated stuff, animatronic-y stuff. I've got quite a few like the shop figure ones are yay high, aren't they? And don't know why. Another mad thing I've collected over the years. I should sell them all, really. Yes, let's just let me find my little list. Just check your names on the list there, and I've not missed you off. If I've missed you off, give me a prod and I'll put you on the list. Just leave that on there for a second or two. Yeah, let's have a look at some more pictures then. Let's see. Have we got Dave? I think Dave Jason's on it. He sent me some pictures. I'll leave them for a bit till he's here. Who else is here? Gary was Gary in the pub, I think, wasn't he? Or someone who was in the pub a little while ago. Somebody said they were. Check in from the pub. Can't join us. I'm too busy drinking. Fair enough, isn't it? Anyway, yes. It's had a good whole load of stuff here. Some advertising stuff, which I thought was quite interesting. Some scans out of old World's Fairs and things. Some of them are a bit fuzzy. I'll try and see if I can catch up with them sometime and get some better scans of these, because they're always really interesting. But Yeah, the old telescopes there, Samsung's. Well, Samsung's mainly, I'm not sure they actually made anything. I think they were just dealers. But got through a lot of stuff. I often find their little badges on machines. But whether they actually made anything or had anything made for them, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they did. But yeah. Let's have a look what else have we got. Let me just click this. Here we go. Williams Wonderful Pintable, Zigzag, Ski Club, Pretty Baby, Alpine Club. Don't know. Anybody got any of those? The Galleon Bowling Alley. And little Ballygold Awards there, just off the edge of the scan. And what else have we got? Mazuma Bell by Bally. Jukebox operators everywhere know it is £100 less than the nearest comparable machine. The Bally Money Honeys. Mad World Pin Table. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? What have we got? Spamet Fruit Machine Stand. We sold something like that a few years ago. Kind of flicked the bottom down and it made it into wheels so you could wheel it around. Very useful thing. Yeah. What's this? From Mitchell's Sales. Now a handsome console with a Sega playmanship, Sega Ascot. See, it's one of these where it gets complicated as to actually who made what. You've got Mitchell's, unless that's from a different advert. You've got Ruffer and Walker, who were big dealers, didn't really make anything as such. It's called a Sega Ascot, but whether it's a Sega made machine, I don't know. Or was it made over here in the UK just with Sega mechs in it? Never seen one, don't know. Interesting. Then what have we got here? Direct machine distributors. Jennings Governor. What's that? I don't know what that is. I think that's one of those. That's one of those machines with the projector things in, like I put in the little video of Paul's thingy video. Is that the early days of Sega who make consoles? Yes, it is. Yeah, Sega started off in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. There seems to be various stories of how they go. The general one seems to be 4 blokes in Japan, Mr. S, Mr. E, Mr. G, Mr. A, hence it got called Sega. 4 blokes in a shed. But they did buy all the old mills, where mills went bust, tooling for the high tops. And hence, which is why the Sega Bandits are exact copies of the Mills machines, and you can interchange the bits basically. And you often get a Mills machine with a Sega mech in it, or vice versa. You can usually see straight by looking at it, because the Sega mechs tend to be very shiny plated, and the Mills mechs tend to be old and grungy. But yeah, practically the interchangeable bits. You can take a bit off of Sega mech and put it on the Mills mech, and vice versa, because they're all made on the same tooling. And yeah, that's what got them going. And then they went into some quite funky stuff through the 60s. Some interesting arcade pieces, which I've got some flies off to upload when I get round to it in the next few days. And what did I put up today? I did put one up. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go back over to here. Machines. It'll be on the cup of tea pages, won't it? Because I uploaded it today. Cup of tea archive pages. Here we are. Air Attack. 1972 Sega. But through the 60s into 70s made some interesting stuff. The basketball machine, you see me playing in the little promo video for Paul's film we're making as a Sega machine, Sega basketball. We've got one here, look. Great thing, this plastic dome on the top. And then once the electronic stuff came out, they made some pinballs. Not that many, 20 or 30, I think, pinball machines they made. And then the video stuff, the arcade stuff, and then of course the home stuff that you all know now. So yeah, interesting story, really. Made a lot of stuff over the years. Where were we? Go back onto Gary's stuff. Yeah, that machine, that's a back projector thing, isn't it? The little, instead of reels at the top there, there's a tiny little clip in the promo video of the lights flashing. Don't think I've got it listed down as a machine yet. It's another machine I need to list on the site. So that's interesting. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Florida penny fruits. Auto slot sales, North Wales. Oh, that's the old fly for those, didn't I? Somewhere I put up before. Where did we put those? Let's have a look. Multi-reel machines, 3-reelers. They were made with Beramat mechs in them. Duchess, Ruffer and Walker sold them. Yeah, so like the Duchess Mark III. Auto slot sales, sole distributors. Well, obviously weren't, were they? That's interesting. Yeah, if we go here, look. These are sold by Ruffer and Walker. And they even have RW in the casting somewhere usually, either side of the coin slot, I think, or somewhere. Different versions of them, several different versions of them. But here it clearly says the sole distributors auto slot sales. So I'm guessing that was just of the Florida penny fruits version. Interesting stuff. Peter says, saw that Sega in the promo video, wondered how it worked. Oh, the basketball machine was great. There's all solenoids under it. And fire them up. We'll have a look. We'll have a look at it working when I go and film properly at Paul's. We'll get a camera inside it and yeah. It's simple, really, very simple circuit. Just each button, just switch it on a different solenoid and it just pings the ball. But quite a good fun thing. A bit frustrating because you have to keep looking for the number of the play positions that were along the big long line of buttons. So yeah, hence I didn't score very highly against Paul, who was used to playing it. Paul says, watching you on the telly tonight. Got a few fanning around, can see you but can't hear you. That's probably just as well. Yes. Anyway, let's see what else. What other bits of advertising we've got. What's this one? Moran's Music Company. Automatic pleasure products from Ireland's most complete range. Looks like another one of those kind of Keeney type bandits. Someone's early. I can hear fireworks outside. Look at this. Look, this is like a Paul Mitchell piece. What is it? It's a Mayfield Electronics Winner Smile. Completely new attractive machine. I don't think it's a pusher. I think it's something else. 5-player, 23 slot. Does it say 25 slot? 5-player, probably 25 slot, isn't it? Penny play. Yeah, 5 positions. What does it do? It looks like a mirror in the back of it. Don't know. Is it like the spot, cover the spot thing? Whatever it's called. Paul says it looks nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I was hoping you knew what it was. If anybody did, I thought you might know what it was. I've forgotten Paul can't hear me. Ha ha ha. Put that on there. There you are. Paul can't hear me. At least he can read that then. Yeah, interesting thing. Smiling face wins, does it say there? So these are not the best of scans. If I try and blow them up, you kind of lose the text even more. So hopefully I can catch up with Gary sometime and get some better scans of these. But I'm not sure if he's got the original paper that he's scanned them from and they've just not come through very well on the email, or if he's only got them as scans, if that makes sense. It's really difficult sometimes. You've probably done it yourself. You try and scan like news, especially older newsprint where it's all dots, and you get moire, can't even say the word, patterns when you scan it. You get all kind of weird patterns. You have to keep fiddling around with the dot sizes on the scanner to try and get a sharp image. Sometimes you're actually better taking a photograph if you can get the page flat enough, which can be awkward sometimes with old newspapers and flyers and stuff. It's a real pain to do, but sometimes you can put them on a piece of glass, but then of course you've got the problems with reflections of glass and reflecting the camera back or whatever. So flat bed scanners are ideal because it obviously squashes the bit of paper down nice and flat, but then you get the problem with the patterns. So yeah, it can be a real pain, but I work on the principle that any image is better than no image at all. So Paul says, never seen one. Mayfield made some lovely machines. I'm just going to put in here. What did it say? Smiling face wins. Yeah, I'm guessing you. Maybe like lights up a face or something. Interesting. Right, let's have a look at the next one. What else have we got? Bikini blue spot. That's one of those. Always did we sell one of those with the little flashy projectors in? Let me go over on the website while you're looking at that, see if I can find it. Might have sold one of those. Bikinis. It's just here. I have to grab a drink in a minute. My tea's run out, but I've got some emergency cider here, so that's all right. Bikini. Oh no, mountain climbers what we sold. But the same kind of cabinet form. Yeah, let me show you that. This is similar, kind of the same cabinet, And I've got some video of that running. I'll see if we can get that to play in a minute. You see all the payouts there, and then on there's a club machine, big payouts. These top 3 little round things, little projector units. They projected the fruit symbols. Good, isn't it? Let's see it running in here. There we go, a little bit of it running. Flash away and yeah, funky machines. Paul says he'd love to know what it does, the smiling face thing. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get a bit sharper scan of the thing. I'll put it up on the website. Oops. Just put it on there. I'll type it in there because Paul's not got his volume turned up. I think he's watching while he's having a party. Yeah. Right. What else have we got? Hang on a minute. Let me go back to here. So that's the Keeney machines, governors. Yeah, we all know what a governor is. Wheel of Fortune. There we are. Look, Brenco Wheel of Fortune. As seen in Paul's arcade, and up at Pete Williamson's got one on site in his arcade. Great machines. I had one. Was mine the one that Paul bought? I can't remember. No, I don't think it was. We had one up at Botany Bay for a while. Took great money. Brilliant machine. Yeah, there we go. Look, I've got one almost exactly the same angle. Look. I haven't got any video of that one running, have we? Good machines. I like that kind of Brenco stuff. What's that bingo machine? I've proved myself king all over the country. Amusement Equipment Co. Agents for Brenco. Aristocrat. Clickety click. One game for 10p. £20 jackpot. That must have been a club machine. 10p game, yeah, 10p game. That's obviously quite a late flyer. Especially with £20 jackpot. Interesting. What else have we got? What's this? A Buckley Chefra, superb. Machines in superb presentation adds distinction to your layout. Copper King. 4 Buckley machines mounted on an attractive console stand. Chains of top flash available for different models. That's right, Miss Mash. I think Buckley's were kind of revamped Millses mostly, although Buckley then did make their own machines later on. And this is obviously a revamp again, a UK revamp by Chefras, or by somebody for Chefras. So yeah, those machines have probably had a few incarnations in their life to get to that. The projector units are called panoscopes. They were used until the mid-1980s on Spanish machines as the legislation banned the use of reels. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. It's interesting. If you get round to it, ping me that on a message via the website and I'll stick it on the page because I'll forget to look back on the comments on the video half the time. That's the problem. Often people come up with interesting little bits of information like that, and I should gather them all up and add them onto the website, basically. That's the whole point of it. So, yeah. If I make a note, I'll lose it on my desk. But if you remember, scribble yourself a little note, send me a message via the website. It'll be there then to add on. That's quite interesting. Up to the mid-80s. Relatively recent. The Wheel of Fortune, one of the first machines I enjoyed playing. Have to get one. Yeah, they're a brilliant machine. They take really good money, and because the thing's always spinning and the lights are always flashing round and round and round, it's kind of mesmerising. It just draws people into it. It took me a lot of time to persuade Pete Williamson to buy the one he's now got and operating. And yes, he had to admit that I was right and he should have bought it. Thanks. Yeah, that would be good. Send me that message. And yeah, because it just sits there and takes money. There's not that many. Again, it's one of those machines that's not that old, but relatively rare. I guess they were just wore out and got a bit tatty, like these couple that we sold were quite tatty. The one, Paul Mitchell's one, you'll see he's got some pictures of it before we restored it, and all the bottom was rotten. It was in the right mess. Looked lovely now. But that's some of the stuff we'll put in the video when I do the DVD. Some pictures of, you know, how we restored stuff. And got it all up and running again. I think you'll be quite impressed. Yeah. So there we are. So that's the Copper King, 4 bandits in a row thing. What else have we got? Williams Crusader. Hit big, more winning combinations. Is that a payout? How does that work? Hit big, hit red X with any inline, scores double bonus. Super special, automatic shut off, anti-cheat. Gold flex, gold legs, funky. Replays match features. Oh. Aiming to shoot an X somehow or other. Shoot a ball. Not sure how that works. Maybe balls pop up in the shoot a line. I don't know. Interesting. That's what I've never seen. If anybody who's got one of those, that might be fun to have a look at. Jennings is, yeah. Jennings Flyers. What says Golding Automatics? Mark's Taylor, Colchester. We're chatting on your drink. I've got some raspberry cider. Excellent. As it's Christmas, or was Christmas. Jed said, evening Steve, just logged on, enjoying the show. Marvellous. Good evening. Yeah. What have we got here? Special for golf clubs, 19th hole. Accepts all these coins. Looks like another rear projection Keeney type machine. Can't quite read the text, so I will try and get better scans of these. 19th hole. Oh, I think that's what the machine's called, 19th hole. Yeah. Also see Happy Legionnaire and True Blue. What else have we got? Oh, click the wrong button. There we go. What's this? Sega. Britain's leading distributors, PE. Sega, World's Fair. Where's this from? Oh, so Sega thingy-jiggles. What have we got here? Circus, Penny Flash and Olympic. And they look vaguely familiar. I think I might have seen the circus one sometime. And the middle one with the fruit symbol, I think I might have sold one of those. Let me just have a look on the old website, see if I can find anything. It's going to be like a flashy light machine, isn't it? What have I got that under? Wall machines, flashing lights. Is it that one? Not quite. Similar. That's probably what I was thinking of then. Ones. No, there's so many different. Bar one, that's Jameson's. No, it's not quite the same one, is it? It's very similar. This is the one I was thinking it was. The middle one in that row of 3. The bar one, but it's a bit different. Is it something else? Jameson-ish. That kind of stuff, isn't it? Treasure Island. Similar kind of thing again, isn't it? Yeah, no, not quite. No, don't know. Anybody's got any of those? Well, let me know. What else have we got? What's this? Forecaster. Like another flashy lighty type thing of some description. Don't know what that is. If you know, let me know. Ping us a message or something. What have we got here? Penny Electric, low price. Penny Flash 4-in-1 arcade console. Strange looking thing in the middle. Oh, that's obviously the rest of this. It's part of that scan, I think. Look, Circus Penny Flash Olympic is here on the right of this one. So obviously a big advert. Ah, the forecaster, that thing at the bottom there. All the thrills of a greyhound derby with changing odds and colourful glass. Forecaster. Evening, Dave. I've got your pictures. Thank you very much. I'll just put you on the draw here. Let me do that while I've spotted you. If anybody's, I'll show the list of draw things in a minute, and if I've missed you off, anybody, you can let me know. Let me just do that whilst just spotted Dave. Oops. There we go. Let's save that. Cool. All right, what else have we got here? New jukebox cases. I can't quite read the text. New jukebox cases. Looks like it says for your something, Amis, etc. J. Newell and Company, Lavender Hill, London. Looks like they were recasing jukeboxes. Interesting. And the new Vega fruit case by Watsonian. Birmingham. Looks like a Sega to me. Obviously selling empty cases to refurb. That'd be interesting adverts to read properly. Kind of refurbs. Interesting. Okay, okay. What else have we got? Oh, what's that? Lucky Throw and Circus Crafts. Greatest range of wall machines ever. Auto Fruit, Gold Cup, Big Top, Top 10 and Lucky Throw. La Ronde. Ah. Crafts. That's interesting. Who have I got La Ronde down as? I don't know if I've got a maker for that. We might have just found a maker for something. This is what we like, bit of detective work. Let me find War Machines. Of the type, what have I got that down as? Maybe I haven't got it down. I sold it not so long ago. What did I put it down as? Probably a spinning disc machine. Larond. Ah, James, that's interesting. Craft London. Don't even make that then. So I've got down here the Larond has been made by Jameson, which somebody told me. Can't remember who it was because I don't know who made it. There's no name on it. As with most of this stuff, there's no names on it, which is a real nuisance. But this advert here clearly says Craft Larond, but they might have just been distributors again. Autofruit, Gold Cup, Big Top, they always sound like Jameson machines, don't they? Oops. Interesting. Okay, next one. What else have we got? Bent coin rejectors, fruit machine spares, chef presses. Yeah. Oh, there we are. I think that's back to the front. So thanks to Gary for all that lot. As I say, I will try and see if we can get some better scans, some sharper scans of those. I'm not sure if Gary's got them as sharp scans or sorry, as the original newspapers, or if he's only got the scans that somebody else has done. So if we can get sharper ones, we will do. Dave G. Sincere. Let's just have a look at the old draw thing. There we go. If you haven't entered yet, then do so. So here's a list of people I've got down so far. If you want to enter and you don't see your name there, stick it in the comments below. If you're wondering why you can't make a comment, it's because you're not subscribed to the channel, probably. So just somewhere down here, there's a link that says subscribe. I'm not sure where it appears on your screen. It depends what you're looking on. It might be at the top here. And if you subscribe, then you can comment and join in with the chit chat. And it's done like that because it just avoids trolls and people keep putting stupid messages in about trying to flog Viagra and God knows what else. You get on a lot of live streams these days, unfortunately. These spam bot things that just look for live streams and keep bombarding with messages. So that's why we keep it to subscribers only. And then we can have a nice chit chat about stuff. Jed, yes, please enter draw. Marvellous. Put you on the list there. Put you in there like that. Let's just make these a bit bigger so we can all see them. When I paste them in, they go in small for some reason. 18, there we are, it's a bit better, and you can see that then. Let's just save that. Let's say that what we'll do, just after midnight, we'll I'll do it by random numbers over on there's a website called random.org. So we'll give everybody a number. And then we'll draw the 4 draws. So if you're in the UK, which I think most people are, then I'll send you a bottle of whiskey, range from large to small, and a couple of months membership to the website, which if you're already a member, we'll just add on to the end, obviously. If you're overseas, anybody who's overseas, then it's not economical, practical to send bottles of booze abroad. It's a right nightmare. So instead of that, if you're overseas, I'll give you 4 months membership. So that sort of makes up for it. So there we go. That's those. Dave Jason, he sent me a couple of pictures earlier on. Let's find Dave, what Dave sent us. Hang on a minute. Let me find the right button. There we go. Aha. Look at that. Very nice machine. Multiplay by thingies. Multiplay. Tell us, Dave, 'cause I've forgotten already. Bad, isn't it? I've been trying to buy this for years and he won't sell it to me. It's very annoying. If I remember rightly, Dave will tell us probably. I think you pull the, stick your pin in, pull the handle, and I think the top, just the top reel spins, and then you click the little switch at the side, and I think it stops the first reel and then starts the second reel. The next little button stops the second and starts the third, and so on. I think. I'm sure Dave will tell us in a minute. I think that's how it works. So it's got some quite powerful clockwork springy in it. Brenner, that's it. Thank you, Dave. To run it all down to the fifth reel. Unusual thing. Have I actually even got it listed on the website? I don't know if I have. Let me have a look. While we're here, might be another thing I need to list. Calling up machines. B for Brenner. Bum 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 bum. Now, is it under Brenner's or is it under Brenco's? I wonder. Don't think I've got it at all. Have I got it under 5-reelers? Perhaps multi-reel machines, 5-reelers. Multiplay by Supermatics. No, I haven't. That's another I need to list. I guess I have. If you get the fifth reel, it pays out a jackpot. I've got multiplay down by Supermatic Entertainment. Or is that the same thing? I wonder. I haven't got a picture of it. Multiplay, where have I got that from? Don't know. Supermatic Entertainment. Not sure if it's the same thing. It might be a different machine. But yeah, great thing. That's one. If we have our bring and play day, whatever we're going to call it, somewhere, we'll have to try and persuade Dave to stick in his car and bring up so we can all have a look at it. Yeah, very nice machine. It's my kind of weird thing I like. What was the other picture he sent me? Oh, there we are. Sirdar Polyphon, which should have a little automaton on it, the soldier doing something, which it hasn't got, but nice machine. Probably another one I haven't got listed. There's so many different sizes and shapes of polyphons. That in its own is a... For some reason I've got British Beauties Bureau listed on the music machines page. Note for self to change. Well, I'll manage that, I'm sure. Let me just make a note of this little mistake I found on the website. So I can change it later on. Always something to change and edit and alter. Yeah. I do like a polyphon. I've got a 19 to 5/8 polyphon. Lovely things. So that's yeah, a couple of pictures Dave sent us. Who else have we got on? Let's have a look. Who else has sent me pictures? Who's on? Oh, Peter Cousins. He sent us some interesting stuff. Yeah, some pictures here. That's now then, these in the right order. Yeah, this is Corrigan's Arcade. Now, what have I done with the text? Peter did send me some text. I don't know what I've done with that. Of what years these were in. This is the 30s anyway. I'm sure he'll tell us in a minute which year this picture is. I don't know what I've done with a bit of text. I thought I'd prepared a slide with it on, but now I can't find it. So yeah, the big building there that says the Lady Wrestlers is I think it was Turkish baths to start with before it became the arcade. It was interesting. Dave just talked about the polyphon. Coin ends up in a cast model of a marksman. You can then shoot the coin into a target and get your coin back. Yeah. I've played one. Who's got one with it in? Tony Atkins, I think. Might be Tony. Someone's got one somewhere. Yeah, so Corrigan's, as it was in the 30s when it was the Turkish bath type thing. Here we are, yeah, 1935, 1968, and the recent was Turkish baths until 1931. There you go. And then where was that? Where was the middle picture? That one, isn't it? So this is it in 1968. There's some good machines there. Look, Penny Lane's Pusher by Mayfield's. There we are. Thank you, Paul. So we've got Mayfield's Penny Lane, a Streets Colorama. You can see a spinning. What's that? A spinner winner. I think Paul's not listening to us. He's watching but not listening. He hasn't got the volume turned up. Behind Penny Lanes is a spinner winner. And then we've got, what's that behind the Colorama? Can't make out what it is. Something win. Don't know what it is. Oops, can't work out. Oops. Yeah, something win. Then what we've got at the other end. I'm right in the way here, aren't I? Hang on a minute, let me turn me off a minute. How do I do that? Boom, there we are. I was only obscuring a transit van anyway. And then, where's the more modern one? Sort of pretty much as it is today. Years ago, 20 odd, 20, I don't know, 25 years ago, I bought some stuff off Jimmy Corrigan. A UFO catcher. It's an interesting machine by Sega, early Sega, like a crane thing. And the grabs were like flying saucy UFO things. Pink, bright pink this thing was. As a lot of Japanese stuff, they had that really kind of cutesy look to the machines. It was a thing, a bit of a thing in Japan to try and make gambling more family friendly and not so, you know, not appear gambling basically. So hence a lot of the Japanese stuff is very, you know, cutesy colours and music and characters and all that kind of thing. Even though underneath it was still a crane basically. But yeah, that went up into Botany Bay. If any of you ever visited Botany Bay, we built like a giant UFO up there on the top floor at the other end where the main arcade was, down the other end. Had Space Invaders in there, 3 or 4 Space Invaders, asteroids, say the UFO catcher thing, all kind of spacey themed thing in this like giant flying saucer. It was supposed to look like a flying saucer would crash through the side of the building. So yeah, a bit before our time really with that one, but it was sort of just as interest was starting to pick up in those early video games. But I was a bit before my time with that one really. Peter says the win may be part of a bingo stall. Ah, right, something just behind the chap in the middle of the 68 photo. Can't make it out. Let me go back again. So I'm sorry, there's a bit of a long delay tonight on the stream. I can't do anything about it, I don't think. I think if I try and refresh things, it's just gonna screw everything up. We may be part of a bingo stall. It could be, yeah. Yeah, next to the, sort of in between the Colorama and the Penny Lanes, behind the big pillar. Yeah, it looks like there's a load of chairs there stacked up down. Look at it. I think you're right. I think it's bingo. Something just behind the chap in the middle of the photo. Can't make it out. No, don't know what that one is. Paul says you were talking about Colorama the other day. You got the flyer for a spinner winner somewhere. Yeah, I was saying to Paul, I remember playing the machine. I couldn't remember what it was called. I remember as a kid playing one at Wells, looking down into it. Balls spinning around, quite a big one, landing on the colours. It was quite a mesmerising thing. Paul says, "Oh, I think that's Colorama. I think you mean." Yeah, it could be. The name sounds familiar. And yeah, there it is. Funny, isn't it? Paul's got a flyer somewhere. So we hopefully can dig that out and we can get that scanned up on the site. But yeah, sadly that was yeah. The arcade now is just like most modern arcades, and just crap, really. And it's not just me that says it, and it's not just because we like old machines. Most people say the same thing. Modern machines are just all the same, and they're all boring. And there's, you know, the amusement has gone out of arcades, and they're just not amusing, are they? They're just there to take all of your money as quickly as possible, get you in, get you out. And they're just not fun. Shame. What else did Peter send us? Oh yes, one of his Theatre of Magic pinball. He's been busy restoring. Looking rather nice. Used to play one of these. I used to go down to Simon Drake's. If those of you who are into magic will know Simon Drake, I'm sure. He used to do the Secret Cabaret series on Channel 4 back in the, whenever it was, late 80s, early 90s. It was kind of the first to do that really dark, twisted kind of magic. And he did a big tour for Kate Bush and big rock band across America. Anyway, he has a place in London called the House of Magic, where he does, or did before the whole COVID thing, sort of dinner cabaret shows, basically, to a small audience, 100 or so at a time. So you go, and it's in his house, literally, which is an old converted Victorian pub. Have your dinner, stage show of magic, the haunted cellar, which is always good fun. Then afterwards, if you fancy it, out to his drawing room upstairs and just chat, have a chat, look at all his historical magic stuff. He builds working models, some brilliant working models, which again I'm going to try and do a film about at some time. It's well into his automata. But anyway, I've known Simon for a good few years. When the show was run, I used to go and film the show just for him, really, and put a few odd clips up on the internet. And yeah, he got a Theatre of Magic pinball there, most appropriate one for him, really. it's got a couple of Bollens working models. And as I say, in about a dozen or more, I think, working models he's built himself. Some really interesting stuff with lighting effects in, a lot of kind of magic effects, obviously, because that's what he's into. And yeah, another one of those that needs a film doing. It's on my list to do. Peter says, behind the bingo there was 2 caves full of electromechanical and early solid state pinball. Looked fantastic. I'm sure it did. Again, it's one of these, what we often say, photographs of amusement arcades are so rare. And you think photographs of fairgrounds are rare, but they're actually relatively common comparatively. But for some reason, nobody ever took pictures in amusement arcades, it seems. You get them at the fair with people, you know, the kids on the rides or whatever, and you get, which is what a lot of these, aside from people who took pictures of fairground rides or fairground transport, whatever, because they were an enthusiast, family photos there's plenty of kids on the ride, kids having an ice cream, kids having a candy floss, whatever. And from that you see the fairground rides and all the stalls and stuff in the background. But it just seems no one ever took any pictures in amusement arcades. So the best you ever really get is usually sometimes like these shots of the front of Corrigan's. You know, a bit of a random shot that, isn't it, really? I mean, and just glimpses in of things. I've got 2 or 3 different places. I'll have to dig out. I haven't got them to hand. They're not on the computer, but I'll find them. And they're usually not quite in focus and a bit of a long way away, and you're kind of desperately trying to peer into the picture and figure out what it is in there. Yeah. When I get the forum, for want of a better word, section of the site built, which is coming this year, that's one of the things we'll try and accumulate is arcades and see what images we can find of arcades. Because once you get 2 or 3 images of arcades, you can kind of start to piece things together a bit better. You know, what was where. All interesting stuff. Where do we get to? Oh, the good old Whittaker's Roulette. Apparently this is on eBay at the moment. I don't often look at eBay. I don't have time. Another great machine. I operated one of these till it went wrong. That was just because I remember playing it and liked it as a kid. And yeah, it got smashed up. I think we sold. I think the top signs got sold in one of the auction. I've still got a roulette wheel somewhere. Don't know what I've done with that. I think the cups got used on all wins. It went, you know, bits went to good homes, and the little coin slots. I think they sold all those because they have those nice cast coin slots on, like they have on the later wins. The later Ollie Wales and things use them. So they're coming useful. Yeah, so if anybody fancies a roulette machine, apparently there's one on eBay at the minute. Big lump, but good fun machines. Oops, pressed the right button. What else did Peter send out? That was it for those, I think. Who else sent me some stuff? I've got some stuff I sent. Let's just have a quick look back at the old raffle thing. Make sure everybody's on the list. If I've missed you, if I've missed a comment or anything, and you want to enter the draw, just let me know and I'll put you on the list. Hopefully I've got everybody who said so. I had a quick look through my stack of pictures. Well, a lot of them I can't get to in a minute, but a box full I could get to, just to see if there's anything vaguely interesting. And I found a few that I think you might be interested in. If I can find the correct button, which is, what have I done with it? It's here, I think. Yep, there we are. Those are my ones. Me too, please. Vintage coin op restorations. Rightio. Let's pop them on the list. There we go. Righty-ho. Let's just do that. Anybody else while we're at it? Let me know. Let's make the column a little bit wider. There we go. Let's pet up. Let's do that like that. That's better. There we go. Oops. Say that. Vinci Cult Racer Nigel. Nigel, I think. Trouble of remembering everyone's names if it's not your real name. Of who's who. Gradually I get to remember them all. Anyway, yeah, these are some odd photographs I found in my heap of stuff that's either been through my hands over the years, either I've bought or stuff that's been through the auctions or whatever. Yeah. What have I done with the actual photographs? I can probably see them better. I might still be on my scanner, I think. Oops. This is how last minute things have been. Stuff is still on the bed of my lovely big scanner. I bought a very nice big, great big A3 scanner. Specifically for scanning in flyers and newspapers and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, if anyone's got stuff, I'm just going to look at these photographs. Trouble with a lot of these photographs, you know, they're old, they're 20, 30 years old, some of these photographs. And after a while the colours go funny on them, don't they? And so I need to get them all scanned and digitised. So what I'll do in due course with these, and anybody else who's come to that, is properly you know, scan these photos in better, cut them out for the background, and do the best I can with them in Photoshop to straighten them up. It's usually the biggest problem. You'll know yourself, well maybe you don't, because you don't notice sometimes when the background's in. But when you cut, particularly the machines, because they're usually square, the same thing happens when you're trying to photograph things like enamel signs. Anything that's square, unless your camera's absolutely dead square on, when you cut the background out, it's always a really weird shape because of the angle of the camera against the angle of the sign or the machine or the whatever. So I spend a long time with photographs on the website, sale listings, and that trying to square the photos back up again in Photoshop, so they look right. You don't tend to notice it when the background's on the photographs, but then I don't like the background on because it just looks untidy. So, but these are mine. Any other ones I find and other people's. So gradually over time, I'll get them scanned in nicely, photoshopped as best we can, and up on the website. And then hopefully in due course, if we can get access to some of these machines, we can get some little video clips of them running as well. Anyway, so that one's a, what was that? That's a Williams chopper. Can't remember where that was. Can't remember whose it was. I think it might have been Dave Hooper's. Can't remember. David says, tell us about the machines you've got on. What? You mean the machines in my collection? I've got too many. My trouble is mine, I can't get to most of them. A lot of them I haven't got photographs of. Or I have and they're buried somewhere. So I'm very jealous, as most of us are, I think, of Paul's arcade. And it's kind of, and seeing other people's inspire me to think I really need to start doing something, because I hit 50 a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And you think, okay, my years left on this planet are numbered. I need to start sorting myself out. So, yeah, I don't know. I could sell half my collection and that would pay for a building to put the other half in. It's probably a sensible idea. Don't know. Steve, do you have any pictures of all the cranes you sold in one auction in 2003? Probably. Yep, all that sort of stuff and all the prices. I've certainly got all the prices because I've got all the old auction records. Back then, not everything got photographed, just because if it was pretty much pre-internet days, or almost pre-internet catalogues anyway. As I'm sure most of you remember, back then short run printing was very expensive, especially colour printing. So there's only ever a few photographs in the auction catalogues, as with any old auction catalogues. If you look back on the old Sotheby's catalogues and things, you come across a catalogue with 20 machines listed in Sotheby's, and there'll be 2 of them photographed maybe. But the cranes, somewhere I've probably got pictures of most of them. It's just a case of finding them over time. But anything I can find, I will do. Yeah, there's some nice things. Things like the Blue Street cranes, they're really nice. I've kept one of those. I've still got one of those. It's a lovely blue sunburst mirror in the back of it. A really nice deco-y one. I think it was around 30. Yeah, I can't remember how many you put in that auction. That was an auction we did in Leamington, a big warehouse. It's not there anymore. It's now a housing estate. Yeah, when Dave and I had a big sell up, we had over 50 cranes at one point. It was ridiculous when we were operating. But yeah, Blue Street's nice. I had 3 Blue Streets, one cut down. I think the bottom had rotted off years ago or something. Someone cut it down, so it's a short one, and 2 full-size ones. And I kept one. I still got one, because just that really striking deco design just appealed to me, because I like deco stuff. I think I got because I think we restored 2 of them. They were all painted like metallic green or something, and underneath they're beautiful walnut veneers, and then like blue pillars on the corners. Nice casting, the blue infill, and then the blue mirror in the back. So I'll try and I will have photographs of those somewhere. But yeah, I had all sorts of different mutoscope cranes. Buckley, which I regret selling. The magnetic crane, which I really regret selling. Never seen another one of those. I don't know where that went. And yeah, hey ho. Anyway, what was I saying? I have to have a pee break soon. Drinking too much. Yeah, so this one is a Williams chopper. And as you can't see from the photograph, well, maybe you can. It has a helicopter on an arm in the middle. And the helicopter actually kind of flew. So the motor in the helicopter turned the blades and actually gave the helicopter real lift. So it really kind of flew in the cabinet. I can't remember what you had to do. Shoot something, I think. Somehow or other. I think you shoot things. Good machine, great graphics, but it was at a time when that kind of stuff just wasn't appreciated, and it probably got sold for like 50 quid or something. Now a pretty rare and very sought after machine. Let's see if there's a date on the photograph. There's not. I think it might have been Dave Hooper's, that one. Was there a Star Electro hoist? No, I don't think so. Don't recognise the name. I don't think I had one of those. Had a lot of cranes. What else have we got? Let's have a look at my photographs. Ah, the little big wheel pusher. That was a great thing. Yeah, now who's got that now? I can't remember who's got that now. But that's the only one I ever saw that years ago. Before, I don't think it's even on the website. I think it's before Elephant House days. I think it's back in the Huntington auction days. Yeah, no, it's not even on there. So it's another one I need to add onto the website. Sweet little thing. It says the helicopter's on a counterbalance. Yeah, that's right. It had like a weighted arm, weight on the other end, but actually flew. Interesting machine. Sega did a later version. I think they did, yeah. So that one's Williams. Yeah. Paul says you had to touch the helicopter onto 6 different bases. Ah. This is the problem. So there's a bit of a delay tonight in the video, so I'm sorry. So I've got my next picture up my end, and I'm just getting the comments through about the helicopter race. But anyway. So sorry we're kind of jumping about a bit between comments and pictures. But we're not in a hurry, are we? Trap7 says, Colkin is a great concept. Hope next year is even more successful. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you very much. It's yeah, it was a big experiment to see if it would work, and it seems to be working. I'll put some up for those who join us later. Some interesting stats in a bit when we look at these pictures of what we've sold and how it's compared to the past few years, because it yeah, it's quite interesting really. Dave says, I like the big wheel. Yeah, lovely little machine, isn't it? The coins go in the top and land in the little cars as the wheel goes round, and then they're full tip out. Simple concept. I've only ever seen that one. Don't know who made it. Evening Peter. Finally got home. Excellent. Not too drunk, I hope. Evening Tim. Enter drawer. Lovely. Put Tim in the drawer. There you go. Peter in the drawer as well. There you go. Oh, hang on, I put the wrong thing on. Duh, idiot. That's better. Oops. Oh, what have I done? Hang on a minute, I'm pressing the wrong button. Bear with me. There we are. I'm just trying to update the drawer entries. There we go. That's better. Marvellous. Yeah, so it's quite cute, a little big wheel pusher. I think that's another one for when Paul's busy making pushers. He'll have to put on his list to make. Right, what else did I find pictures of? David Jones' locker. Who'd got one of those a little while ago? David, isn't it, has got one in his collection. It's a bit of a naff old picture of that one. It's just another one I hadn't noticed I hadn't got on the website. So yeah, it's one of those. David Jones. Not overly exciting, are they? But quite a nice looking little thing. Oh yeah, this was an interesting thing. A bit like the Crompton's thing. I'm assuming it's Crompton's as well. Casino. Doesn't actually say on it. What does it say on the picture? Nothing. No, don't know. Don't know where that one come from. I don't think that was mine. I think that was might have been somebody sent a picture in for sale, I would imagine. Don't know where that come from. But it's more of this kind of later stuff that everyone's interested in at the moment. So I thought I'd show you that one. And oops, that's the button. And this copper flipper. Yeah, with 2 buttons on it. I've got a date on this picture. No, can't remember what you did. So there's 2 black dots at the either side toward the bottom of the play window. Little red arrows you can see there. Buttons. Click them and it does something. I think it fires the coins back in or something. And it pays out. Ace, king, queen, jack. Interestingly, what a weird payout. The king pays out 10, queen 6, ace 4, and jack 2. Why not put ace on 4? How bizarre. Interesting. Don't know who made it. If anybody knows, let me know. That was that one. And how's that for a funky pin table? Highways. Williams Highways. With kind of Sputnik legs. Yeah, good, eh? Copo next to it. Where did that come from? Don't know. Don't know. Pity Euros can't zoom in sometimes, David says. Yeah. So these aren't. So when I do proper better scans of these to put on the website, I'll zoom in as much as I can. But say bear in mind these are old, sort of 30-year-old photographs I'm working from, on, you know, actual proper photographs, which are not necessarily particularly sharp. But I'll do the best I can with them, Photoshop them and upload them so you can zoom in a bit more on the website. But as I say, in the meantime, until we can actually find, I mean, obviously these machines exist somewhere because I've sold them, most of them. If we can track them down and then get either the people who own them to send us in some nice pictures, or eventually I'll perhaps get around to photographing them and get a little video clip. But any image is better than no image, isn't it? So that was that one. And then what else have we got? Oh, the Halton's bunny shooter. Yeah, a bit different from the pushy shooter. The bottom, these sort of corner columns light up plastic, like a 30s jukebox. Red to orange, nice thing. Yeah, that was, where was that one taken? Remember John Carter had one, and one went through my hands at some point, which was obviously with this one. There's an easy push Mark II right in the very background as well, in the corner, just past the Space Invaders. Obviously cropped the photograph a little bit. Another nice machine you don't see very often. And then, oh, this was sweet. I think this was mine. I had this for years. I bought it from Jimmy Broderick at the Star Warehouse in Camden, for those of you who remember that. Yeah, simple little thing. Stick your penny in, it rolls down the track, and you press the little button on the left of the cabinet, and the last little bit of track just disappears into the playfield. Try and get your penny in the middle slot. It's as simple as that, nothing to it, but just a sweet little thing. Yeah, so when I didn't sell it, I went in a very complicated swap for something else. I kind of wish I still got it, but I swapped. What did I swap it for? Something very nice anyway. It was a good deal, but I would quite like it. There's another one. I've seen my one, that which is this one. I've seen another one, so there's at least 2 of them around somewhere. But I don't know where they are at the moment. Yeah, again, it did surprise me. I had that on my travelling arcade for years, and it was just one of those silly little machines that just took loads of money. A great little thing to operate. Very odd. Dave Geeson, I used to own that. Did I swap it with you? I might have done. Did I do a complicated deal on something with you? Probably did. So I know there's two of them, at least, because there's my one and there was another one turned up as well. Seem to think the backflash wasn't quite so nice on the other one. Might even have sold. Might have even been through the auction, possibly, back in sort of the Cherry Hinton days, I think. I can't remember what I swapped it for. Sounds like one of my deals with Dave, so probably where it went. But yeah, I'd quite like to own it again, really. What else did I find? Rotor spin. One of these kind of 60s things. Another thing we operated, this is actually, that pitch is in the arcade we used to have down at Folly Farm. I reckon there's a big marble thing it's standing against. Made a big marble column for the centre of the arcade, which had all the electrics and stuff in. I've had some pictures of it somewhere. The arcade stall down there, because Folly Farm's all indoors. I bought all the original artwork of John Carter's Giant Octopus ride. So with all the bottom handrails, the pillars, and all the trellis panels that go in the outside. So down in Folly Farm, we basically reassembled that whole big circle. And I built this centre, which went around one of the big stanchions of the building, and then I painted some more bits in to match the stuff we got from Carter's, and yeah, made a really good arcade. I'll have some pictures of that somewhere. I can dig those out. But anyway, that was one of the machines down there. Rotor spin. Another one took good money. Not sure who made it. Looks kind of Streets or something, that kind of thing. Don't know. But yeah, Old Penny came to us on Old Penny. I can't remember where we got it from. Another one, a bit like the Brenco thing, bet on as many slots as you like. But if I remember rightly, I think the arrow only spun when you put your money in it. I don't think it continuously spinned, as it were, like an attract mode. But yeah, good machine. What else did I find? Let's have a look. Oh, the other day when I was talking about magic machines, I hadn't seen any for years. These are the ones, we used to have these up in Botany Bay. This is a picture of the Botany Bay arcade. When I was saying about displaying machines on bits of hoopla panels, I've got some to sell, which will be going on the website in the next few weeks. And it was just a really good way of displaying machines, because the machines are all at that height, and what do you do with the wall above and below? So a few hoopla panels and some uprights and some trellis. And these were nice. You can just about make out here. These were like in between each pair of windows. Just happened to be about the right size for a section of hoopla up in Botany Bay. There was, I don't know, how big was the building, like 8 or 10 windows wide or something. So it worked out really nicely. Looked great. Again, I've got some pictures of Botany Bay arcade. There's a few crappy ones in this lot I was going through, but some better ones somewhere. Because that was quite a spectacle, really, if I do say so myself. We had about 150 machines in there, I think. About 4,500 to 5,000 square foot. There's a fair old space. And yeah, did well. So that was those. How about this little Rolletina? Where did we have this one? This photograph is actually, this is 2002, this photograph, funny enough, 20 years ago. Wherever that is, it's got a lot number on it, one of my lot numbers. So it must have been an auction, lot number 22. Like circular playfields, went round, you rolled your penny, and the further it went into the disc, the more you won, or vice versa. It says on the top there, yeah, red pays 3, blue pays 6, green pays 9. Yeah, green is the furthest into the disc. Yeah, that's quite fun. Magic machines, put them on that pile. What else have we got? Let's click another one up. One went through your auction for about 50 quid. Which one what? The Rollertina or the rotor spin? Probably was that one. Oh, the Pharaohs. This picture, I believe, some of you might remember, Dave might remember, funnily enough, is, I think this is in the late Cliff Mills's shed, I believe. But yeah, the Pharaoh's fortune teller. Which I haven't got. I'd quite like one of those. I've got lots of fortune tellers. I haven't got that one. So you turn the knob in the middle of the, just above the A and R, there's a knob on the front flash there, you can probably see. You spin that round and you bring up a question that you want answered. Pop your penny in. And then what happens? I think is it the pillars rotate, I think, with yes or no on them. Or the sarcophagus is open with yes or no, or something like that. Some animated thing happens. It gives you your answer to your question. Yeah. Quite a nice machine. Yes, it was that one for 50 quid. I remember it well. Which one? Sorry, I'm my end. I'm about a minute or so ahead of the comments as you're typing, and they're coming through to me. So I'm not sure which you meant sold for £50. I think you mean the Rollertina or the rotor spin. Either of them now would be quite nice machines. I suspect they'd make an awful lot more than 50 quid now. So yeah, the Pharaoh's fortune teller, very nice. If anybody's got one you want to sell, I might be interested in buying it. And what happened? Oh, I think we've gone all the way around. I had one here for Brenner. A Branco Human Analyst. What have I done with the picture? Let me just quickly flip through these. I think did I forget to scan that one in? Oh, well, you have to wait and see that one then. I think I forgot to scan it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, the Rollertina for £50 fairly recently. Yeah, was it? I can't remember. Was it at the Elephant House? It might have been. What on earth kind of machine that is? Let me have a look, see if I can find it. Unknown type, is it? Rollertina. Roller ball. What would I have called that? God knows. A spinning disc machine or something? Don't know. Rotor fruit. Don't know where that's gone. Dave bought the pace. Oh, in Cliff Mills's garage. Right, excellent. Pete said it was sold at the Elephant House, the Volatina. It must be on here then somewhere. Let me see if I can find it on the old website. Machines, viewers, video games, vendors, unknown, trade, skill game, other. Ah, found it. Found it. Here we go. They got put down as a skill game. They didn't know what else to call it at the time. Yeah, yes, £50. Wow. 2015. November 2015, so 6 years ago. Two playing positions. Penny rolled into slots in a rotating wheel. Payout depending on which colour the penny stops at. Complete and nice cosmetic condition. Working fine. When last used 12 months ago. Working now, although it seems motor requires attention. A normal Powerlux geared motor. Yeah, 50 quid. What a bargain. There you go. Red 3, pay 6. It's obviously exactly the same machine because it's got the Mickey Mouse stuck at the end. So the photograph I found in my box of photographs is on the back is 2002, 20th of May 2002. Well, I sold it then because it's got one of my lot numbers on it. Lot number 22. I wonder how much I sold it for then. Be interesting to know, wouldn't it? I have to look back. I'll get my old record sorted out. Ah. Don't know who bought it, but it's about somewhere. So there we are. Pete says he'd be buying it now, so we'll stick a wanted on the website and maybe we can track it down again. Maybe we can. One of our members has got it somewhere. They might be tempted to take more than £50 for it now, mightn't they? Good stuff, good stuff. How are we doing for time? 23, 25. I am going to have to go and escape and have a quick pee break. So what shall I give you to watch while I have a comfort break? Let's see. You can have a quick look at the DVD promo. That's a good idea because that's 2 minutes long. That'll be enough time. Right, so I'll run that. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And I shall turn my microphone off because you don't really want to be hearing that, do you? I can remember how to do it. Right. There we go. Back shortly. So when I was a kid growing up in the 1970s, trip to the seaside was not about the beach so much for me. It was about going to the fairground and going to the amusement arcade. I'd go in the arcade with my little bag of pennies, play the machines, but more interestingly, always try and seek out the man with a big bunch of keys, follow him round and look inside all the machines and see how they worked. And this here is the kind of stuff I used to love. So we're here in Paul Mitchell's incredible arcade. How many machines have you got here, Paul?
The last count was 33 pinball machines and the 66 slot machines.
Nice to know. Well, we need one more then in that case.
I need one more, yeah. I'll find somewhere to squeeze it, yeah.
So the idea is we're going to make a documentary about this amazing collection, but more than just looking at each machine, which is kind of a bit boring. We want to talk to Paul about all the years of collecting, some of the fun finding some of the machines, some of the trials and tribulations of fixing them.
All the fun.
And no, that'll be a few more tales to tell. So we need your support for this. We need people to pre-order the DVD basically, because it's a time-consuming job to film, edit, put together. We're hoping it'll be done by Easter, that's the plan.
That's the plan, yeah. Big day here at Easter.
Hope we have a launch here so you can come down, collect your DVD, have a play in the arcade.
Barbecue as well.
Barbecue as well, yeah, come and get a hot sausage and have a play on the machines. So that sounds pretty good to me.
Yep, and me.
Yay, I'm back. Did you miss me? Jim says, love the elephant cave. Yeah, another great machine to operate. We had a few of those on site. And yeah, just took money. I think the ones we had got sold at the Elephant House. Vendors had done, haven't they? Animated vendors. Did we have that one on site? I can't remember. No, not that particular one, but one of those extra big ones. Yeah, and I don't know what I did with the ones I had on site, but I had 2 or 3 of them. They're a really big one. And the kind of the normal olive whale size one. This was an interesting one. We sold the Snow White version. Snow White and 6 dwarves instead of 7, which we guessed was probably some attempt to get out of the legal wranglings with Disney. Cute, they little carved wooden dwarves. Nice machine. November 2016, that's that one sold. 5 years ago. Doesn't time fly? Yeah. Great things to operate. Peter says, is the DVD selling well? Yes, slowly but surely. I think 2 people, have ordered the top level one. Let's just go to the old website while we're done with that. If you hadn't had a look already. Here's the proper website for it. It's done on a separate website to keep it as a separate project, to keep the finances separate and one thing and another, basically. So if you haven't had a look already, there's sort of 3 levels you can buy. So you can buy just a DVD. Any of these you can buy tickets to the launch event as well, which we'll tell you about in a minute. You can have a special thanks credit on the DVD for a bit more money, and then obviously the money helps to go towards producing it. And if you're feeling really flush, you can have an associate producer credit on the DVD and also on the official IMDb page for it. So then you can show all your mates you're now officially a film producer. This is kind of the standard way when we're doing, I occasionally do short films, either that I've made or I'm involved with other people who make them as well. Short films go to festivals and things, and that's kind of the standard way of crowdfunding them, basically. So I thought I'd try it with this as well. It seems to be working. So I think there's 2 people who have had the top tier level, if you like, and I think might be 3 now on the middle level, and the others are just the basic DVD. And then there's launch party tickets as well with it. So what we're intending to do, this page it tells you about it, is Easter Sunday down at Paul Mitchell's down in Essex, at his arcade there, is we will have a bit of a bash there. Go down, click the DVD, have a look at all Paul's machines. They'll all be available to play. We'll have a barbecue, drinkies, and yeah, have a good old day really. So that's an exclusive ticket only event, and initially they'll be only available for those who buy the DVD. And what I said we'll do is sort of a week before or so, if there's still capacity, because obviously depending on what bonkers rules Boris comes out with, whether we can even do it at all, of course. Hopefully by then it'll be all fine and not a problem at all. But also obviously capacity at Paul's. If there's space, then we'll let extra tickets be sold for those who want to just come down and have a play without necessarily buying the DVD. So it's an extra £5 a ticket, just basically to cover the food on the barbecue and whatnot. So there we are. There's a bit about me and making films and my working telly and stuff. But yeah, just order is very straightforward. Click on what you want, and you can order on this site by credit card, debit card, whatever you want. So yeah. I'll go back to the website. I need to go all the way back here. Well, just quickly while we're here, yeah, the past couple of days, if you haven't looked, I've put a whole load of new spares up. There's lots of coins sorted out into years. So if you're looking for coins for a particular year, there's all in hundreds. So if you need 100 1957 sixpences, if 1957 means something to you, now's your chance. And the same with pennies. There's a load of tokens. There's some quarters, etc. as well. And then spares, there's a whole load of spares up, and these are fresh spares that we haven't had before. So I've tried to group them together as best I could, but I was listing them into the different kinds of machines. So these pumps I think are from a Clown or something. That one looks familiar, the chromy one. Is that from a Cayley or something? It looks familiar. I think that's from a Clown machine or that type of thing. Anyway, Jubilee bits, Jennings bits, Mills bits, Seeger bits, Lord Seeger bits. There were some Aristocrat bits somewhere, weren't there? Jubilees. I thought there was some Aristocrat bits. Oh yeah, some Aristocrat bits. And I've got another whole load of spare to do, which I'll try and get some done tomorrow and the next day. There's some back doors, there's some Pace stuff. There's a Jennings, proper Jennings governor back door with a J in it. Can't remember what else was in that batch, but probably another 30 or 40 lots or more again. So we'll get that all up, and then we'll start on machines again probably in a few days' time. Once we sort of got over Christmas and New Year's and people are back to concentrating on things rather than you know, doing family stuff and all that. So yeah, there we are. So that's where we're at with that. What was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, for those of you who joined later on, I did, if I can find it somewhere, an interesting chart of prices and how they've fared over the years. Let me just quickly pop up this one because time's ticking on. If you haven't, if you want to be entered into the draw and your name's not on there yet, let me know. Just stick a comment in the comments and I'll add you on the list. It's full prizes to the Gwaler. There's only 19 in the draw so far, so you stand a pretty good chance of winning, don't you? So just let me know and I'll put your name on the list. So I'll keep an eye on, just in case I've missed anybody off if you've said so. Hopefully you can see that okay, just check your name is there. Anyway, prices. So what I did was looked for the records I've got handy on computer at the moment, so since 2011. And this is just for slot machines, because principally in the past year that's all we've really sold. Come next year I'll be able to do it for other stuff as well, for fairground stuff and signs and all the other stuff. So the blue bars are the quantity of machines we sold each year. So see, 2016 we sold about 670, I think was the highest year across the year. The sort of the sharp drop in 2017-18, if you remember, sort of halfway through 2017 we stopped doing the auction for a bit because I was doing a lot of work on the elephant house. We redid the roof and whatnot. Then I nearly chopped my hand off with an angle grinder and that held everything up, blah blah blah. So we didn't get going back into 2018 really. And then of course, you know, Mum was ill with cancer the first time round, etc., and that kind of put a sparrow in the works for a bit. So 2019 we had a reasonable year back at it again, and of course 2020 we did nothing at all, and here we are again. So the quantities kind of vary a bit, but the interesting thing is the average price. So this is just a raw average. It's literally the total value of the machines we sold divided by the number of machines we sold. So with that kind of average, it can always be skewed a little if you sell a particularly expensive machine. But bear in mind, we're talking of hundreds of machines per year. You know, the old £5,000 machine isn't going to make that much of a difference really on the prices. But you'll see, interestingly, how the price just continues to go up. And the past couple of years, from 2019 to... So 2019 is the last year of proper auctions at the Elephant House. And then 2021, this is this past year on the website, we sold 150 machines. And those 150 machines, let me find my little stats I did. So we sold 148 machines. The average price was £668.45p. But back in 2019, we sold 447 machines for just a smidge under £250,000, so the £558.36 average price. Now, even taking into account in 2019, obviously there would be a buyer's premium on that of getting on for 10%, because it was usually 10%, but not always. Sometimes we'd do a special and cut it to 5%. Sometimes we did a deal if it was a big collection with the vendors and cut the rates and things. But even if you said 10% on top of that, it takes you to kind of £600 average price per machine over those 450 machines. And this past year we've got 670, all bar a few pence average price. So yeah, and as you can see from the graph, the price of machines is just going up. Yeah, 2014 was dipped slightly, in 2016 dipped slightly into 2017. I don't know why. They may well have been, perhaps we sold a particularly expensive machine that year without really delving down into the figures. It's hard to tell, but obviously the important thing is the trend from 2011 to 2021. Now we'll be able to go back 20 years the other direction, back to sort of 1990. But all those records are on paper. They're not easy to get at. I've literally got to sit there and wade through all the old auction catalogues and all the old auction sheets and tie one to the other and type all the information in. So one day I'll get around to doing that. It's not going to be in the immediate future because there's a lot more important things to do. But it's interesting, I think. It's a good graph to show the other half, isn't it? And without being sexist, it's usually the wife moaning at the husband, spending too much money on slot machines. It's rarely the other way around. You can say, well, look, shooting up in value. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the past 20 years, you know, from 1990 to 2010 did. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, a good few thousand machines there sold. So that was that. What else? Have we looked at everybody's pictures? Let me just see if I've missed anything off we were going to look at and didn't. Done my ones, Paul's thing, Dave's, Peter's, David's, garage. I think we looked at all of those. Well, I had the time to list up. So yeah, I'll run the price. I did put together all the machines we sold the past year. So I'll run that, and it might spark a bit of a comment from somebody. If I can find it, here we are. Yeah, so this coming year, so other than getting the new sections up and running, such as the fairground, because a big heap in the yard, advertising properly, now there's more stuff to sell, toys, Circus, Americana, all the kind of stuff we used to sell. That'll all be coming online over the next few weeks. The other kind of major project to do the website is the kind of forum-y thing. And it's all about adding just more and more information and trying to help each other out. If we've got machines that need fixing and you need a photograph of the inside of it or something to help fix it, so you'd be able to ask for help on a particular thing. And again, obviously not just machines, but if it's fairground stuff or a clockwork toy or wherever the hell, you know, anything. And gathering up information from stuff like this, from flyers and photographs and anything else we can get to build the database out. So that forum meeting I think will be quite good. A lot of people have asked for it. So we'll get that done. And yes, obviously, say the film, the DVD, I've got plans for several other ones, as long as this one goes okay and enough people support it. There's some good collections out there. I've been speaking to a few people, which I'll keep under wraps for now, but it could be quite a nice series of films, really. So yeah, if you've been thinking about ordering a copy of this one, then why not? Take the plunge. It's an expensive thing to make. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money. It's been properly produced. It's not just been copied off on the computer. It's been done in a, you know, proper DVD factory, properly pressed, cased up and all that jazz. So it should play without problems. If you record DVDs yourself, then they can be problematic playing them sometimes. But hopefully they'll play on anything, your computer, your telly, your thing in your car, whatever. So yeah, I want to get cracking with a lot of that as the year goes on, and then a few more events is the main sort of thing to look at. Some more get-togethers, as I say, a bit of a I don't know what better to call it other than a bring and play day. The idea being, for those of you who tuned in late, that if we can find a venue somewhere sort of Midlands-ish and can interest enough people to come along or bring one or two bits out of your collection, perhaps something a bit more unusual that people don't see all the time. You know, if we could get 30 people to all bring a machine each, well, that's 30 machines to look at, isn't it? 30 different things you don't see all the time. That could make a really good day, I think. No doubt a few people have some bits and bobs to sell. I'm sure we can persuade Roger to bring a table full of springs and things or something. Somewhere we can grab a bite to eat and a drink. And yeah, just get together and chew the cud, really. So I'm looking into that. It's a case of trying to find a venue that's not too expensive, but that's got, you know, a decent car park, ground floor, doors to get things in case anybody wants to bring anything big, preferably a bar and some food catering of some description, so we haven't got to worry about that. And preferably not too far off the motorway, because if you're coming a fair distance and then you've got to, you know, battle through a town somewhere to get to somewhere, that's not, you know, the best, is it really? If we can find somewhere that's sort of just off the M40 or somewhere like that, or M6 or something, then that should be good. Let's go wrong. My prices are missing. I didn't know what's going on. I just noticed some of them are missing. That's interesting. Let's see if I can correct this. How far did it get? Let me just click the on a bit. So 180. Bit of a fault in my thing. Let me just click through these. 260, 270, 290, 300. Sorry about that. Let me just fast forward it a bit. 350s. 355. It goes back to the stop. That's clearly not right, is it? 355. What happens after 355 in my little thing? Should go on to 371. Curious. Let me just put you back over to here a minute, and I'm going to see while we're at it if I can fix my. I don't think I can do it while I'm showing this, can I? That's a nuisance. I can't show you one thing while I'm working on another. Sorry about that. I just noticed that wasn't working properly. Let me go here a minute. Let me see if I can do it quickly. I'll delete that. Are you sure I want to delete it? Yes, delete that quickly. Add in a source, which is that one, and I want to go do that, do this, and I want to go here, add a directory, desktop, prices, select folder. Let's just see if that'll work. We'll go backwards. No, I've no idea why that doesn't work. That's annoying. Sorry about that. 355. Maybe it's got to the maximum number of pictures or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 30, 60. That shouldn't be it. How strange. Why doesn't that want to work? Right, I'm getting annoyed now. I'll try it one more time. If not, then I'll give up on that because I'm conscious that I'm order. Move to the bottom. Delete. Yes. Add in a hang on a minute. Sorry, everybody. Just let me try this one more time. Bounding side, image files. Add a directory. Okay. If I go backwards, it doesn't want to show any more past that. How very strange. I don't know why that is. Very odd. 355. Okay, well, I'll give up with that then. Sorry. I knew something would go wrong. Right, anyway, back to here. Anybody else want to enter the thingy? Then you've got 9 minutes to do so, according to my thing. So let me know. I was going to see if I could get the bongs to work, weren't I? So I'm just going to, I need to go to this screen here. And I need to go there. And I need to do that. Oh, that's gone wrong. I need to do that. What do I need to do now? I don't want that. to do that. That's what I need to do. I'm going to need to do that. And I think that should work then, in theory. Where are we? Live. We want live. Refresh that. Do that. Right, I think that's right. I'll put that down there. Okay, right, sorry, back in the room. Right. Where did we get to? So that's the draw. If anybody else wants to put in it, speak now or forever hold your whatsits. Price has decided not to work. I don't know why. Let's have a look back at, what should we have a look at? Let's have a look through some of these things of Gary's again, for those of you who missed it, who tuned in late, because there were some quite interesting adverts here. I'll click through them, and then if you want to comment on any of them, do so. So yeah, we had Samsung novelties, and then some Williams. Some Bally, a Mazuma Bell by Bally. Which is one of those projection screen things, like the Keenies. Spammet machine stands. Strange name, isn't it? But whatever. This was an interesting looking thing, a Sega. A console made with Sega playmanship, apparently. Ruffer and Walker selling it. But I don't know whether it's a Sega made thing or somebody making it with Sega mechs. Not sure on that one. Direct machine distributors. DMD. Sounds familiar, DMD. Are they still going? Direct machine distributors. The name sounds familiar for some reason. The old Jennings Governor. Another one of those back projection things. Most of these ads were sort of mixed mid-60s when they were a big thing. You probably saw that little clip of Paul Mitchell's. He's got one with the them things flickering, little rear projection units. The Duchesses, but here apparently it's a Florida Penny Fruits. Interestingly, auto slot sales calling themselves sole distributors, even though Ruffer and Walker were selling them. So, yeah. Whether that's before or after, maybe Ruffer and Walker lost the deal on them or something, don't know. Interesting. Another one of those kind of rear projection-y fruit machine things. Miranda Music Co. Belfast. This Paul Mitchell took rather a shine to. Unusual thing, we're still not entirely sure what it is. Win a Smile, and you won't be able to see on the video there, but under and the back flash looks like there's a big mirror all the way along, and underneath the mirror, above the little playfields, it says Smiling Face Wins. It's 5 players, got 25 slots. So 5 slots per player, so presumably it's some kind of coin penny drop thing that, depending where you dropped your penny in, it did something. Presumably lit up a smiling face or made a face smile somehow. Don't know. It looks like it's got kind of sloping playfields in it where the pennies would drop down. But we don't know quite what it is. So if anybody does know, it'd be interesting to find out. More governors and a Keeney super blue spot. And the old Brenko Wheel of Fortune. We sold a couple of those. That's a good one to see. And then, well, what else have we got? We've got a Aristocrat. This was obviously a club one because it says 10p, one game 10p, and a 1 second jackpot drop of £20. Oh, it's rather funky. A Buckley Sheffress superb presentation. Copper King, four bandits in a row. So, you know, a bit of a refurb conversion jobby. The Williams Crusader is an interesting shooter. I can't quite work out how the back of it works. There's something that says on the fly: shoot a ball, shoot a line, shoot all balls. So with the little balls popped in and out of the holes, I'm guessing it's a mirror. It's an angled mirror in the back, so that the ball's in the bottom of the playfield. So I'm guessing maybe the balls popped up in the different holes or something. Another game I've never seen, but looks interesting. Jennings again. And another one of those back projection thingies. Seegers. How are we doing for time-wise? Oh, I think we're about there, aren't we? Now, if I press the right buttons here, we should be able to... I might be able to bring you in BBC feed, but you're probably going to see it before I do, if that makes sense. Back to where we should be. So, I'll have to do this myself, won't I? Cheers, everyone. Right then. It's next year. Excellent. So first job is to draw raffle. So what we're going to do, let me go back over to here, is we've got our, you'll see here now numbers 1, 2. What I'm going to do, if I just put, oops, hang on a minute. Let me make this a bit better so you can see it a bit better. It's probably a good idea. If I go in here and put number 1, then I do that. And I do a fill series on that. Oh, hang on a minute. How do I do it on here? Format, insert, view, data. Ooh. Where is it? I'm not used to using this one. Format? No. I want to fill. That's what I want to do. Insert. Why is it? Oh, it's quicker. Should be able to just do it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so we'll put a number against all the names like this, and then we'll go to the random number thingy-majiggle, and we will draw the numbers in 17, 18, and 19, like so. Let me just save that so we don't lose it. Now, if I do that a little bit, Up a little bit. Trying to get everything on the screen in one go if I can. So that's that. Now what I want to do is go here, which is here like that. So this is our random generatory thing. Let me just put this on the same screen. How can I do that? I can do that. I need to copy that window, and then I need to paste it in here like that. Does that work? You can see half of the random site, but that's okay. Right then, so we've got numbers 1 to 19. So what we'll do here is, in this number, let me just refresh this page so we're blank. Right, so we've got numbers 1 to 19, like so. Let's put it in there then. Here we go then with the draw. Oops. Just if anybody else hasn't got the volume up their end, so they know what's going on. Right. Oh, it's down for full house and all that. So the first prize, number 1 to 19, minimum, maximum. Press the generate button, goes to, ta-da, number 1, would you believe? Well done, Simon. First prize. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to change 1 to first, like that. And then 1 to 19, so we do it again. The second one is number 4, Laura. Well done, Laura. So I'll just change that to second, like that. Third prize, here we go. Do another generate on here. Goes to 14. Stevie, well done. Third prize, Stevie. Third. And fourth, let's do it again. Goes to 17. It's bizarre they did it all in order. I'm sure that's Nigel, I think, isn't it? Fourth. There we go. So there's our winners. Let's click save on that. Excellent. So there we go. If I do, if I sort by that row like that, sort, yep, yep. Oh, why isn't it sorting it like I wanted it to? Let's try it again. What if I do an A to Z? Still doesn't do it. That's strange. Anyway, that's what we've got. One's at the top, and for some reason, second, third, and fourth is at the bottom. Bizarre. Right, so results. I'll put them in here for anybody who scrolls down the comments later. First prize, Simon. Lee, spell your name right, would be nice, wouldn't it? Second is Laura. Third is Stevie. Fourth is, I'll put your YouTube name in here. There we go. Marvellous. So that's that job done. Right, let's go back to, where should we go back to? I don't know really. Should we go back to here? No, we don't want to go that one, do we, particularly? Well, we could do for now. That would do for a minute, won't it? As we're kind of just about rounding up, I should think. Yeah, so there we are. Thank you very much for all of you tuned in. Now I'm aware there's a bit of a delay in the chat thing tonight. I think it's about 30 seconds to a minute or something from what I'm seeing and typing and saying to what you're getting out of your end. So I'll give it a minute or two for anybody who wants to say anything, to do so. Speak now or forever hold your whatsits. And then we'll catch up again soon. So if you've won a prize, I'll be in touch, or ping me a message via the website with your address, because I haven't necessarily got your address, so I can post those out, and I'll try and get them out. Won't be tomorrow, will it? Because it's New Year's, it'll have to be Monday, won't it, I should think. I'll post those out to you. But I'll update your memberships tomorrow and add on 2 months to you all. Well done. I think Stevie's doing well, because I seem to remember he won. I remember we did that competition back in May of finding the elephants in the slot machine videos, and he won that, didn't he? And he got a year. What did I do? A year's? I think I did a year's membership for that. And now he's won another 2 months. Will I ever get any money out of Stevie Cooper? There's a question to be asked. Never mind. Right, so that's good fun, wasn't it? So we'll catch up again in, what day is it? I don't even know what day it is now. I've lost track totally. It's Saturday today. Now. So Sunday night, we'll do our usual Sunday night video. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Good stuff. So tomorrow and Sunday, I'll try and get some more stuff up online. Probably this other batch of new spare parts and whatnot. And then, as I say, then perhaps next week we'll start on machines again. I've got dates in for the carrier when he's going to be around to put up on the website. I'm planning to be on Leamington on the 11th. So if you want to meet me there, if you've got anything to drop off, pick up or whatever, get in touch and we'll sort that out. But all the usual stuff we'll discuss Sunday night. So there we are. It's been good fun, isn't it, really? Peter says, very big thank you for all you've done 2021, both for selling our machines and for all the machines we bought. Thank you very much. Glad to be of service. Haven't earned any money, but never mind. I have to worry about that in due course. I'll review the situation in May, like I said I do, and I don't want to put the prices up. I really don't. I want to try and, if I can keep it at £10 a month, that would be great. Because I think that's a nice. It's just not too much, and people can, use the site for that. But it means getting more people in, so we're going to have to have a big push in the new year of trying to get more members in to bump up my bank balance, basically, because it costs a lot of money to run the site this big, because there's a lot of information on it, and all the photographs and all the feed, all that information going out costs me money to host it. So Peter says, the other Peter Cousins, thanks for an entertaining evening. Night, Steve, and Happy New Year to one and all. Thank you very much. Nigel sales 4th prize, thank you. No problem. Well done, Steve. Happy New Year to all new viewers. Excellent. Paul says, very good night, thanks. No problem. See you soon for more videoing. And yeah, I haven't got around to editing the last lot yet, but I thought I'd leave it a few days and then I'll review what we got, and see what we need, and we'll crack on with that. Because Easter will be around quicker than we think, and it's got to be, well, I need to have it done by, well, I'd like to get it done by the end of February, really, to give enough time to get it produced, get it finished and all that, and actually get the DVDs made so they're there for Easter. It's a very tight deadline, a lot tighter than it realises, but we'll work on it. Yes, it's good fun, good fun. So keep anybody who's got pictures and old flyers, archivey stuff, all that kind of gear. Keep on sending it in as high a res as you can get, really. As I say, the stuff, those nice vintage adverts we had from Gary. There, I don't know if it's the way he scanned them or if he's only got scans. I'm not sure if he's actually got the original newspapers, but I'll try and find out. Old papers are really hard things to scan just because of the way scanners work. But I will try with that kind of stuff if we can get better, sharper images, because I think it's really interesting. There's lots of machines that none of us have ever seen. And sometimes the detail, it gives us dates of when they were made and who made them and all that kind of stuff. So if you've got any, even if it's just one thing, one flyer, one photograph, anything. That's the whole point of the website, is to try and gather all this information up so it's all in one place and gradually piece it all together. Makes a good, you know, interesting resource for everyone to use. David says, thanks for tonight, Steve. Have a day off. I haven't got time today off. I've got boxes of spares to go and sort out. So, yeah. Especially spares, I don't know what they are. It's going to be interesting. But, yeah, I might have a lying in the morning when let the cider wear off. That's very nice. This Copperberg raspberry cider. Lovely. So, yeah. We'll try and find more stuff. You know, people like looking at these photographs and flyers and stuff to do more regularly. You know, every Sunday when we do the big old chit chat thing. I'll see what else we can find to look at. And yeah, as I say, hopefully this time next year we can do it all again. And we'll see what the stats look like next year. See if we manage to sell a lot more stuff and find a lot more information, find a lot more photos and flyers and all that kind of stuff. And with a bit of luck, you know, once the other sections of the site are up and running, now the slot machine bit is running well, and from my point of view, you know, from an administration point of view, and with the rebuild of the website I did a couple of months ago, and all the other tweaks I've done since, there's a lot goes on that you don't realise and hopefully don't see from your side, other than when it goes wrong because I've missed a comma out of the code and something decides not to work. But generally speaking, it's just gradually getting a lot smoother, a lot easier to run from my point of view. And that means I can take on more, you know, selling more stuff. That brings more people to us. More people helps keep the prices down, so it's in everyone's interest, really. And like I said before, there's always this crossover interest of people who collect machines, also like the odd enamel sign, the odd bit of fairground art, the odd vintage toy and so on, and vice versa. So hopefully the trade right across the board will increase throughout 2022. More events planned. If you've got any ideas for events, if you've got a venue we can come to, or you know someone with a suitable venue somewhere, then get in touch and let's see what we can sort out. Get out and about while we can again before Boris comes up with some other stupid idea. And with a bit of luck, we'll have a better year than we've had this year, or last year as it is now. So there we are. I best let you all go to bed. I shall finish my cider and I might have my first cup of tea of the new year. And we'll catch up again on Sunday night. So I'm just going to stick a comment on here to say so, because I know the timing's all a bit off tonight. Sorry about that, but it's beyond my control, really. Thanks for sticking with us all night. Hope it's not been too boring. Up again on Sunday night at the usual time of 8:05 p.m. Oops. For a bit of a plonk that in there like that. Yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you very much. Hope you've had a good one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Done the best I can of navigating something screens open on my computer here, trying to get everything to work. I think it all just about worked, surprisingly. Don't know why the prices went a bit wonky. That's very strange, but never mind. Something had to not work, didn't it? So we'll see you all Sunday. Have a good one. Have a good day tomorrow, whatever you're doing. And thank you very much. Over and out. Nighty night.